Okay guys, so here's a fun little project that you can build for about $15 to $20. You just need to pick up a set of 50 lights from Home Depot, Lowe's, doesn't matter. I just picked up these cheap multicolored lights. It's $2.50 for a strand of 50. Then you can use plywood, MDF, doesn't really matter because it's going to be painted anyway. And some paint. That's about it. You can get all this stuff for about 15 to 20 bucks at your local home center. Okay, so the first step is to find your piece of wood. You can go to your local home center. They usually have them already milled down to 2 foot by 4 foot sections, which is plenty for this project. But you can make them whatever size or dimensions you want to. But for this specifically, I'm just using just a piece of scrap wood that I had left over. So the first step that I did was I just found the rough center of our boards. So mine happens to be 2 foot long, so I just make some pencil marks at 12 inches. Then I just connect them all together. So there we have our center line. The next thing I did was I just took my square and just made some marks every 2 inches. After you have all your lines drawn out, what I did next was I just came up every 4 inches, and then we'll just intersect all these. Okay, after you have your grid laid out, I know you're thinking, how is this going to turn into a Christmas tree? But here's a neat trick. You just take some brad nails and a hammer and put them at every other line. Now we're starting to look like something. Then just take your pencil and just different circle templates and just make some lines. So there's our Christmas tree pattern. Next is we just cut it out. I'm going to use the bandsaw. You can use a jigsaw, handsaw, whatever you want to use to cut this out. I'm going to use the After we cut it out on the bandsaw, I just like to put the nails back in. And then take our flexible curve again and just draw some lines of where we're going to drill the holes for our lights. And then just start marking out where you want to drill the holes for your lights to go. After you have all the dots laid out for where you want to drill the holes for the lights to go into, next you just want to find a drill bit that is the size of the lights, the light tubes, so they can sit in there. The lights I'm using are 13/64 That's what drill bit I'm using. That's what's working for me. So just, take the lights and then grab a drill bit and just line them up, and whatever one looks like it's going to work, just try that one. Do it on a test piece and then just drill all the holes out. Here, if you have all your holes cut out, just take a sander, go over the whole surface, get all these pencil marks and tear out all out of there. I'm using. Okay, now that everything's sanded down, this is where you guys can get creative, do whatever you want to, and color in this tree. I'm going to stick traditional and just use different greens. I bought this variety pack of paints from Home Depot last year for 10 bucks. I still have it, I'm still using it. But you could make these trees look as exotic, look like trees from Asgard, or trees from here. It doesn't matter, whatever you guys want to do. But I'm going to stick with traditional colors, but, feel free to do whatever you want to do. Alright, now that everything's had a chance to dry, just flip it over and then take your lights and start putting them through the holes. Always start at the top with the end, the female end of the lights, and then just push it in and start going all the way through your project. And there we go. A nice looking Christmas tree. It costs, close to nothing. This whole thing cost me about $15. Like I said, the lights were $2.50. Paint, that's up to you how much or how little you want to use. And then the wood was another $10, so about 15 bucks for everything, and you have a nice looking window ornament. Thanks for watching, guys.